Okay, welcome back to our political science class. So we had seen there are number of problems related with the partition of India. Okay, and this first chapter, we are discussing about the challenges of nation building, the challenges of a nation building, the problems that faced by the government of India or the interim government or first elected or the government before the first elected government. Okay, and what are the problem they faced basically. Okay, so we know that there are three challenges basically the government faced. The first one, it is shape the territory of the country. What is that? Shape the territory of the country. Second one, establish democracy and run the country on the basis of democracy. Third one, uh, providing what? Development and welfare for each and every sections of the people. Clear? These are the three major problems or challenges that faced by the interim government soon after the independence in the year 1947. Clear? Okay, Sneha, you don't need to write anything now. I will send the notes for you. Okay, so there are a number of things we discussed already in the classroom. So I will send the notes. Okay, please check that. Okay, so today basically we want to discuss about the integration of the princely states. What is that? Integration of the princely states. And yesterday we completed the problem that faced by the Indians. Okay, and the people of the country. Basically, we cannot say that Indians, right? The people of the country at the time of independence. So that divided into two, Pakistan and India. Pakistan and India. So we've studied the procedure of the partition and the after effect of the partition, the problem that faced by the people of both countries after the partition, after the partitions. Clear or not? Is that clear? All those things you read, I think so. Okay, learn it properly. It's an important portion for the examination. Okay, next today we are discussing about the integration of the princely states there. So at the time of independence, we know that there are two types of areas, okay, or territories existed in our country. What are they? What are the two types of territories? What are they? Tell me. What are the two types of territories or areas that existed in the country at the time of independence? We checked and observed from the map, right? Tell me.
States and British provinces.
Princely states that's under the control of the princely houses or princes. Okay. In the same time, areas that are under the direct control of the British government. Okay. The princely states basically they are accepted the paramountcy, the supreme power of the British crown, British crown. So independence is there for the princely states. The same time they are under the strict control of the British government, British government. Clear or not? Okay. Now the problem with the interim government. Okay, how to unite the country? How to unite the country? That was the major problem that existed with the interim government of the country. Okay, so we are going to discuss that today. First of all, your textbook, that is page number here, page number 14 it is. We discussed about the integration of the princely state, the major problem that faced by the government, okay, interim government. What is that? Okay, integration of this princely state to Indian Union, integration of the princely states to the Indian Union. So what is the problem here? Okay, so just before independence, it was announced by the British that with the end of their rule over India by 1947, okay, paramountcy of the British crown over princely states would also lapse. Control over the princely states by the British government will lapse. It will finish. Clear or not? There is no more control over the princely states. The British government is not going to control the princely states again after 1947. So that's what the paramountcy of the British crown over princely states would also lapse. Okay, this meant that all these states, as many of here, observe the number 565 princely states. How many are there? 565 princely states in all would become legally independent because these areas are not under the direct control of the British crown or the British emperor. All right? Clear or not? Okay, so in these regions, in these princely states, a ruler is there. A ruler is there. Okay, so legally, those princely states will become independent states or independent countries. Okay, the British government took the view that all these states were free to join either in India or Pakistan. So the British government gave full freedom for the rulers of these princely states to join either in India or Pakistan. Okay, up to their wish. Clear or not? The rulers can decide where want to join. Join with the Indian Union or join with the Pakistan. Join with the Pakistan. That is up to them. So British government give full powers to the princely states rulers to decide. Okay, want to join with India or Pakistan or want to stay independently. That is up to them. The British government took the view that all these states were free to join either in India or Pakistan or remain independent if they so wished. Clear or not? If they wish to remain independent, they can stay as independent countries. This decision was left not to the people but to the princely rulers of these states. This was a very serious problem and could threaten the very existence of the united India. So the decision, okay, the decision that taken by the British government at that time, okay, providing freedom for these princely states too, that created a problem in the country. That questioned the existence of or unity of the newly formed united India. Clear? Clear or not? So, in some areas, people will wish to join in Indian Union, but the rulers are not ready. In some areas, rulers are ready to join with the Indian Union, but the people are not ready. Like that, various problems existed. Okay, the problem started very soon. First of all, the ruler of Travancore. Okay, today's Thiruvananthapuram, Travancore. Okay, we'll say the Thiruvidankur princely state, Travancore princely state. Okay, so they used different names too for their administrative purpose. They changed the names, Thiruvidankur into Travancore. Clear? Who changed that? The Britishers changed it. Like the number of names they changed there basically. Clear or not? Example, uh, what you can say, Thiruvidankur, that into Travancore. Clear or not? Hmm? Kollam into Koilon. Okay, clear? Like that, various changes they made in Kerala, not only in Kerala, number of other states or place names also changed for their administrative purpose. Okay, so the Travancore announced that the state had decided on independence. So soon after independence, the Travancore kings, they declared they don't want to join with India or Pakistan, but they want to stay as an independent country. Clear? The first state they decided to become independent and they are not ready to join with Pakistan or India, that is Travancore from Kerala. The Nizam of Hyderabad, I only told you that the ruler of Hyderabad, basically named as Nizam. Okay, Nizam. The Nizam of Hyderabad made a similar announcement the next day after independence. Rulers like the Nawab of Bhopal were averse to joining in the Constituent Assembly. Okay, so what is that? Nawab of Bhopal, Travancore kings, Nizam of Hyderabad, that people they are not ready to join with the Indian Union. This response of the rulers of the princely states meant that after independence, there was a very real possibility that India would get further divided into number of small countries. So the decision that taken by these various princely states made a problem in the country. What is that? India is not going to unite. There's a serious comment that rose by number of world leaders that what is that? India is not going to unite because number of princely states is going to emerge there. Number of new countries are going to emerge within the country, within the boundary of India. The prospects of democracy for the people in these states also took bleak. Okay. Okay, the prospects of democracy for the people. So people of these different princely states basically they learned about democracy at the time of national movement from various national leaders. Okay, but now these princely states are staying as independent and not joining in Indian Union, which means they are not going to enjoy democracy. So that democracy for the people in these states also looked bleak, means dark. Okay, there is no future for them related with the democracy, I think so. Okay, clear? This was a strange situation since the Indian independence was aimed at unity, self-determination, as well as democracy. In most of these princely states, government were run in non-democratic manner, and the rulers were unwilling to give democratic rights to their population. So, number of princely states that declared independence, but the people, they faced a problem there. What was that problem? What was that problem? Okay, they are unable to enjoy democracy. At the time of national movement, International Congress, Indian Union Muslim League, and a number of other political parties basically stood and fought against the Britishers to establish democratical type of government in India. Clear or not? Self-rule in India. Okay, but after independence, what happened? Most of these princely states declared self-rule. I mean, they declared independence, and they are not ready. The rulers of these princely states are not ready to create a democratical kind of government in this or that regions, in that regions. Clear or not? So it's that created a problem for the people. There's no chance for a democratical type of government for them. Clear? Clear. So that's the first problem, integration of the princely states. So you can see here a letter that was written by Sardar Patel to the rulers of the princely states. Okay, the letter states here, that's written in the year 1947. Oh, okay. So I'm reading that. We are the momentous stage in the history of India. By common endeavor, we can ride the country to new greatness. Okay, he commenting that we want to stay together. If you are staying together, we are able to uplift our country to new heights or new greatness. While lack of unity will expose us to unexpected calamities. And he states that if you are not uniting, it will lead to unexpected calamities, troubles, or problems. Okay, I hope the Indian states will realize fully that if we do not cooperate and work together in the general interest. So he states that if we are unable or we are not uniting or we are not cooperating to move forward, okay, anarchy and chaos means a situation there is no government and a number of other problems will welcome us, I mean grab us. Okay, then you can see that great and small and lead us to total ruin, such kind of small and great problems that will create an entire trouble within the country. Okay, clear or not? That's what the essence of that letter that written by Sardar Patel to the kings or the rulers of different princely states. Okay, so by reading this letter, we can understand the importance of unity. Okay, importance of integrating the territory of our country. Clear? Okay, so this letter is an important one. Might ask for a source-based question. Source-based question. We already know that there are a number of source-based questions are there. Please tick that. Okay. Next one, government approach. We studied here, number of princely states are not ready to join with the Indian Union. Then what steps that taken by the government here? Okay. The interim government took a firm stance against the possible division of India into small principalities of different sizes. The Muslim League opposed the Indian National Congress and took the view that the state should be free to adopt any course they like. Sardar Patel was India's deputy prime minister. So Indian government decided at any way want to join all this territory with the Indian Union. Indian Union, clear or not? Okay, but the Muslim League is against that. Muslim League took a stand that this give freedom for all these princely states to take their own stance. Their own stance there. Okay, that time who was the deputy prime minister of India? It is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Okay, and he the home minister too, home minister during the crucial period immediately following independence. So he the deputy prime minister and he was the home minister of India, home minister of India, and he want to play a vital role in this time here. Okay, he played a historic role in negotiating. What do you mean by the name negotiation? Negotiation, what is that? An idea? Negotiation, what is that? Tell me. Negotiation. Okay, write down. What is that? It's a type of bargaining, diplomatic bargaining. Okay, negotiation, diplomatic bargaining. Diplomacy. Hmm? Diplomacy. We'll think about profit and losses related with a particular event or a particular activity, clear or not? And we'll sit together and we'll discuss. And we'll come to a conclusion that create no problem for both parties. Clear or not? Okay. No problem for or no harm for both parties. This kind of meetings are called to be diplomatic meetings. Okay. And both the parties will negotiate. They will bargain for their benefit. Their benefit. Okay. So, for example, bargaining, we can say that if you're going to shops there, okay, not in Kerala, basically other state shops are there. We are able to bargain there, right or not? Okay. So, the shop owner will say that this product I will sell for 100 rupees. So, we will offer it 50 rupees, then they will say 75, so we'll say 60, they will say 65. Okay, finally we will fix it that for 65 rupees, clear or not? So that not creating any problem for the seller and for the buyer. Okay, such kind of discussion is termed as negotiations, clear or not? Negotiations, clear? Clear. So negotiation is a type of discussions between two different parties on a particular incident or a particular event or a particular activity that create no problem for both parties. Clear? Clear? Okay, both want to accept it. So he is the one behind the negotiation between the government and the rulers of the princely states. Family, but diplomatically. Diplomatically. What do you mean diplomacy? Diplomacy. What is diplomacy? Hmm? We want to do one thing, but it should not create any harm for us. Clear or not? Okay. That's called to be what? Diplomacy. Okay. Diplomatically, we will interact. Okay. So, Mahatma Gandhi, as per the comments of Mahatma Gandhi, okay, we are following non-violence, right or not? That was a type of diplomacy, right? We are going for a direct fight with the Britishers. We are unable to win. Clear? Because their military or their arms power is higher than our country or India or all the princely states. So no princely states are able to fight against the Britishers. Okay, but fought once, but they that proved no Indian kings are able to fight against the Britishers and achieve success or a victory. Clear or not? Okay, so they discussed. Okay, they bargained, they negotiated, and they practiced diplomacy there. What is diplomacy? Okay, it's a tactic. Okay, that should not create any problem for us. Clear? Okay, that's what the diplomatic negotiations. Diplomatic negotiations. Okay, just understand these two words are very much important for we people in political science. One is negotiation, the other one is diplomacy. Diplomacy. Clear? Diplomacy. So should not create any problem. And the diplomatically and bringing most of them into the Indian Union. So he discussed with almost all the rulers of the princely states and made them join with the Indian Union. It may look easy now. Okay, so now we will think it was an easy job for Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. But read this. It may look easy now, but it was a very complicated task which required a skillful persuasion. Okay, skillful diplomatic discussions are necessary. Okay, ideas are necessary. For instance, there was 26 small states. For example, we can say that there are 26 small states in today's Orissa. Clear? Today's Odisha, at that time, there are 26 small states. Okay, so want to discuss with all these rulers and want to make them or want to make them to join with the Indian Union. Saurashtra region of Gujarat had 14 big states, 190 small states, and numerous other different administrations are there in that region. That many rulers, clear or not? That many attitude. Okay, clear? So some of them are ready to join, some of them are not ready. So want to use diplomacy, want to force them, want to threaten them, want to pressurize them. Then only they will join with the Indian Union. That's what Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is known as the Bismarck of India. Bismarck of India, or the Indian Bismarck. Indian Bismarck, or we know that the Iron Man of India. Iron Man of India. He's the one behind this kind of unification of the country. Clear? Or integration of the country. Clear? The government's approach was guided by three considerations. So, government basically made three considerations to integrate the country or adopt or make or made these princely states to join with India? Firstly, the people of most of the princely states clearly wanted to become part of the Indian Union. Okay, first off, okay, what is that? The people of most of the princely state clearly wanted to become the part of the Indian Union. So we can adopt that region, right or not? That region will join with the India. Next one, the government was prepared to be flexible in giving autonomy to some regions. Okay, the Indian government that gives some special powers to some region. Okay, clear or not? Then they joined with India. Okay. The idea was to accommodate plurality and adopt a flexible approach in dealing with the demands of the region. So, to adopt all different kinds of ideas or different types of people, government made some changes in the approach in dealing with that kind of rulers. Clear or not? So, flexible approach means what? What is that flexible approach? No? Not pressurized to them, not pressurized to them. Okay, they listened the words of the rulers of the princely states also, and understood their problems and made them join with the Indian Union. Clear? Clear? Okay, these are the three methods basically. Okay, here we discuss about the two methods here. The third one, it is the backdrop of the partition, which brought into focus the focus the contest over demarcation of the territory, the integration and the consolidation of the territorial boundaries of the nation had assumed supreme importance. So the third problem, we already know the problem of partition. We face the problems of the partition. So it is not that easy to redivide and make the regions or make the region with the Indian Union or cooperate with the Indian Union. So we know the problem of the partition. So the government is not ready to create such kind of problems. So diplomatically, they tried to grab each and every princely state and added that along with the Indian Union. Clear or not? So basically, they give a supreme importance for what is that? Okay, consolidation of the territorial boundaries of the nation. Okay, consolidation of the territorial boundaries of the nation. Okay, so let's create a single territory, all these territories should be joined together. Okay, that's what the primary importance. Okay, so write a question. What was the government approach? What was the government approach related with the integration of princely states? Next one. What are the three considerations? What are the three considerations? What are the three considerations that guided government's approach government's approach for integration, for the integration of states, for the integration of the states? Okay, so what are they? First of all, the people of most of the princely state clearly wanted to become the part of the Indian Union, so the government welcomed them. Secondly, the government was prepared to flexible in giving autonomy to some regions. The idea was to accommodate plurality and adopt a flexible approach for dealing with the demands of the region. Okay, in some cases, government accepted the idea of the rulers or the people of some regions to adopt them to the Indian Union. Thirdly, we already know the problem of partition and the division of the state there. Okay, clear or not? So we took necessary steps to avoid such kind of problem, but consolidated. Okay, okay. What we consolidation? Hmm? Linking all things together. Okay, it is called to be consolidation. Okay, consolidation of the territorial boundaries of the nation had assumed supreme importance. Clear? Okay, giving more importance for consolidation of territorial boundaries. Okay, before 15th August, the next para, before 15th August 1947, Peaceful negotiations had brought almost all the states whose territories were contiguous to the new boundaries of India, okay, into the Indian Union. So, before 15th August, peaceful negotiations. Indian government not used any power on any princely states. Okay, clear or not? No power is used on any princely states to make them join with the Indian Union. At the same time, almost all the princely states that sharing boundaries with India, they joined in the Indian Union. They joined in the Indian Union. The rulers of most of the states signed a document called the Instrument of Accession. Underline that. Question: what is the instrument of accession? What is the instrument of accession? Or what was basically? What was the instrument of accession? Okay. Which meant that their state agreed to become the part of the Union of India. So most of the states that sharing their boundary with the Indian Union, they all signed in that document called Instrument of Accession. As per that, they agreed to become a part of the Union of India. Is that clear? Okay. Accession of the princely states of Junagadh, Hyderabad, Kashmir, and Manipur proved more difficult than the rest. So there was a problem. Okay, four princely states. What are they? Junagadh, Hyderabad, Kashmir, and Manipur. Okay, problem with these states. These states not joined with the Indian Union. At the same time, they are sharing the boundary with the Indian Union. Clear? Clear? Okay. So here it is. The issue of Junagar was resolved after a plebiscite confirmed people decided to join India. So the problem of Junagar is solved. How? They created a plebiscite. Only we studied that. What is a plebiscite? Taking the opinion or knowing the opinion of the people in that region. So voting they conducted. Then most of the people they decided they have to join with the India. So the ruler also accepted it. So Junagar cooperated with the India and joined in the Indian Union. Okay. So next one about Kashmir we will learn in the next chapter, chapter number 8. Okay, chapter number 8, we will learn about the Kashmir issue. The Kashmir issue. So just keep that as pending. So we know that how Junagar joined with the Indian Union. Next one, we want to study about the case of two other regions called Hyderabad and Manipur. How Hyderabad is joined with India and how Manipur is joined with India. Clear? Another two principal states that sharing their boundary with India at that time and how they joined. So first of all, we are discussing about Hyderabad. Here you can see a picture of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel with the Nizam of Hyderabad. Nizam of Hyderabad. Clear? Hyderabad, the largest of the princely states, was surrounded entirely by the Indian territory. So it's an Islamic territory or Islamic state it is. What is that? Hyderabad. Majority of the people, okay, so we will discuss that. Okay. Hyderabad, the largest of the princely state, was surrounded entirely by the Indian territory. Some parts of the old Hyderabad state are today parts of Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh. So today's Maharashtra, some parts of Maharashtra, some parts of Karnataka, some parts of Andhra Pradesh. At that time, it was a part of the Hyderabad's, the Nizam states. Okay. Its ruler carried the title Nizam. Okay, and he was one of the world's richest men, very powerful and the richest people they are. Okay, the Nizam wanted an independent status of Hyderabad. He entered into what was called the standstill agreement. Okay, so Nizam is not ready to join with Indian Union or even Pakistan. He understands, he took a policy. What is that? Stand still, not join with the Pakistan or not join with the India. Clear or not? And declared independence for that particular country. With India in November 1947 for a year while negotiation with the Indian government were going on. Okay, clear or not? So up to November 1947, he took a stand. What is the standstill agreement? Not joining with any of these countries. In the meantime, The movement of the people of Hyderabad state against the Nizam rule gathered force. The same time, you want to understand one thing: the ruler is not ready to join with India, but the people of the Nizam's Hyderabad state or the state of Hyderabad, they started what do you can say, the number of movements against the Nizam or against the ruler. Okay, so such kind of movement that gathered momentum or force. The peasantry in the state of Telangana today, in the Telangana region in particular, were the victims of Nizam's oppressive rule and rose against him. So today's Telangana at that time it was under the control of the Nizam's Hyderabad. Okay, clear or not? Clear. So the people of Telangana region, they turned against the Nizam's rule because they faced a lot of problem due to the rule of Nizam, Nizam. So they turned against him. Women who had seen the worst of this oppression joined the movement in large numbers. Number of women also joined in the movement against the Nizam. Okay, and Hyderabad town was the nerve center of this movement. So the movement against Nizam, it is or it was got momentum. Okay, that became a huge force. The Hyderabad become the nerve center, the important center of that movement against the Nizam of Hyderabad. The communists and the Hyderabad Congress were in the forefront of the movement. So the communists in Hyderabad and the Hyderabad Congress, okay, Congress party leaders in Hyderabad also helped that movement. The Nizam responded by unleashing a paramilitary force known as Rasakars on the people. So the people that turn against the Nizam, the ruler of Hyderabad, at the same time, Nizam is not ready to join with the Indian Union. Clear. So the Congress party and the communist, they supported the people's movement against Nizam. Are you able to understand? These things are clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? These things are clear or not? What is the problem of Hyderabad? It's a large state. The ruler of Hyderabad, Nizam, is not ready to join with the Indian Union and it took a standstill policy. Standstill policy up to November 1947. The same time, number of people from the region of Telangana, today Telangana state is there, right or not? Clear? Telangana state. That region, that time it was under the control of the Nizam. They started a movement against the ruler. Okay, movement against the Nizam. Clear? And even the Congress party and the Communist party of that region helped the people. Even women also participated in that movement against the Nizam. Clear? That time Nizam used his paramilitary force. Okay, it's military force. It was a state, right or not? So it has its own military. So Nizam used this military or paramilitary force called Razakars. Clear or not? Clear. Against the people. Then what happened? There? Okay. The atrocities and the communal nature of the Razakas knew no bounds. So the Razakas communal nature, basically they are Muslims, so they have a bad attitude against other communities. So they started doing the maximum cruelty against the people, those who are protesting against the Nizam. Okay, they murdered, maimed means harmed or made injured, raped and looted, and targeting particularly the non-Muslims. Clear or not? So that's the communal nature of the Rasakars. They murdered number of people, they harmed a number of people, they raped the women and they looted the wealth of them, and they targeting particularly the non-Muslims. Okay, other religious groups. The central government had to order the army to tackle the situation. So the central government of India, they ordered to control the situation in Hyderabad. In September 1948, Indian Army moved to control the Nizam forces. After a few days of intermittent fighting, the Nizam surrendered. So there is a war between the Indian Army and the Nizam's force called the Razakars. Finally, the Indian Army succeeded over the Nizam's army. This led to the Hyderabad accession to India. Clear? Clear? So write the question, write a short note on accession of Hyderabad. Accession of Hyderabad to the Indian Union. accession of Hyderabad to the Indian Union. Clear? So might ask as a question. So you want to know one thing this year, map pointing questions are there for you, right? Map pointing. Clear or not? So it is too important for us. 4 more question. Clear? Hmm? So always sit with a blank map. So purchase some outline maps and keep with you. We have to practice that also. So map already you observe one map there, right? So learn the place names properly there. Where all the states are locating. Where all the states are locating. That is important for us. Okay. Ashish Benny, what happened? Ashish Benny, is these things are clear for you? Is these things are clear for you, Mr. Ashish? Can you hear me, Ashish Benny?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So the three methods that basically used by the government to integrate the states. That's what we discussed today. And the integration of the state of Hyderabad, state of Hyderabad to the Indian Union, and the accession of the state of Manipur to the Indian, sorry, state of Junagadh to the Indian Union. These are the major things that what we discussed today. Again, we are moving forward. Okay, here, next state, Manipur. What is that? Manipur. Okay. A few days before independence, the Maharaja of Manipur, okay, what is his name? Bodha Chandra Singh. What is that? Bodha Chandra Singh signed the instrument. So, who is the last Nizam of Hyderabad? Last Nizam of Hyderabad. Anybody know his name? Hmm? Okay. So, find out. Find out. Find out the last name of the last Nizam of Hyderabad. The Shah Alam second, Bahadur Shah Safar. You had all these names? No idea. Okay, okay. So Bahadur Shah second is not the Nizam, right? He's the Mughal, last Mughal emperor. Okay, Bahadur Shah Safar. Okay, so because homework for you people, find out the name of the last emperor of, I mean, last Nizam of Hyderabad. Last Nizam of Hyderabad. Okay. So you know one thing that he's the person, the richest, one of the richest men in the world, and a diamond that possessed by this Nizam worth rupees $200 million. Clear or not? That much rich people they are. Just he used that as a paperweight. Clear or not? Okay, so just imagine the wealth of that country or that state at that time. Clear or not? He used that particular diamond as a what? A paperweight unknowingly, but he don't know what is that. Clear or not? But finally, okay, the geologists they studied about that and they find the value of the that particular diamond. It's a big one. It is nearly $200 million. Clear? Clear? That much costly and that much rich people there. Ever visited Hyderabad? A rich heritage is for that area. Okay, a great palace is there, a good museum is there. It's called the Sararjung Museum. Okay, if it is possible, you have to visit all those area. Okay, so it is all historical places. Okay, you are able to easily understand the things there. What things, how the state is joined with India. Are you able to understand by observing or going for a tour in Hyderabad? Not possible. Not possible. Let it be. So you can see the razakas and their uniform and such kind of things are available, and it is for public reference in the Museum of Zalarjung in Hyderabad. At Hyderabad. Okay. Now we are discussing about Manipur. Okay, Manipur. Clear? Another state that joined with India. A few days before independence, we know that it's a northeastern region. Northeastern region. A few days before independence, the Maharaj of Manipur, Bodha Chandra Singh, signed an instrument of accession with the Indian government on the assurance that the internal autonomy of the Manipur would be maintained. Okay, so the king of Manipur already signed an agreement with the Indian Union. What is that? They are ready to join with the Indian Union, but they want autonomy, self-rule in their region. Indian government should not interfere in their internal affairs. Okay, so they have signed a treaty like that, autonomy. Okay, Manipur would be maintained. Under the pressure of the public opinion, the Maharaja held elections in Manipur in June 1948 and the state became the constitutional monarchy. Okay, So because of the pressure from the side of the people in the year 1948, after independence, 1948, he declared election and hold an election based on universal adult franchise, giving chances for all adult members to vote. Okay. In the Legislative Assembly of Manipur, there were sharp differences over the question of merger of Manipur with India. So the newly elected government or the members of the newly elected government, they have a ideological conflict. What is that? Want to join with India or not? While the state Congress wanted the merger, the Congress party leaders from Manipur, they want they want Manipur to merge with or join with India, but other political parties were opposed to this. The government of India succeeded in pressurizing the Maharaja into signing a merger agreement in the year 1949, the month of September, without consulting the popular elected legislative assembly of Manipur. This caused a lot of anger and resentment in Manipur, the repercussions of which are still being felt. So finally, in the year 1949, okay, the Indian government forced the Maharaja to sign a treaty to join with the Indian Union, So without the consideration or without the consultation with the newly elected legislative assembly, the Maharaja did it, and Manipur is joined with the Indian Union. The people, they are not ready with or not accepted the decision that taken by the Maharaja of Manipur. And today also there is numerous problems related with the Indian government and the people of Manipur. Manipur. Okay, have you heard about Irom Sharmila? Irom Sharmila? No. Okay, let it be. I will discuss that in the next class there. Aishwarya and Sunil Kumar is going to sleep, I think so. Aishwarya, drowsy,
No,
right?
sir.
Okay, okay. So this, I know that it is not that much interesting one. Okay, these are the facts that we want to learn properly. Years are mentioned properly. All years, it is important for the examination. So write down the next question. Write a short note on the accession of Manipur. Write a short note on the accession of Manipur. Okay. At the same time, you are able to find a cartoon in your textbook. So last year itself, I told you people to collect this type of various cartoon and reading the cartoon and understanding the theme of the cartoon is important for we people. And from this cartoon comments on the relation between the people and the rulers in the princely states, and also on Patel's approach to resolving this issue. Okay, so the rulers are basically utilizing the people. Clear or not? The state people is just a medium to make money for the rulers, and Patel also giving chances for these rulers to follow the same or enjoy the same. But what he want external affairs, defense, okay, communication or communication, okay, from the kings, and the Indian government, they wanted to control it. And he says that, don't get up, your highness king, you can do whatever you want, but just give us the power. What is that? On external affair, defense, and the communication. So we will handle it. So that's what the government want. Clear or not? Okay, the Indian government want, or that makes that area join with the Indian Union. Okay, so that's the meaning of this cartoon. Like that, various cartoons are there in your textbook. So all cartoons are important. So you can see that in your in the newspapers also. Number of such kind of cartoons are there related with present day politics. Present day politics. Please observe that and understand the meaning of such kind of things there, right? Okay, in all the newspapers we are able to see a special column will be there for the cartoons there. Okay, understand it. So these cartoons are caricatures is the essential part of a political science. Clear or not? So it's sarcasm. What do you mean sarcasm? Sarcasm. Huh? Without hurting anyone. Okay. By using a comical approach, we are expressing our viewpoints. We are expressing our viewpoints. Famous Arc Election is a famous cartoonist. Okay, most of the cartoons in your textbook that was prepared by the same one. Okay, please check that and learn all those things there. Okay, so I will give you 5 minutes to read the things that what we discussed so far. Just read. Please check that. So you are able to find out the answers of those questions from your textbook. Clear? Okay, and already you want to know one thing, that all these notes already you wrote there, right? Notes are there with you already. Clear? And I'm just explaining the things one more time for a better understanding from the textbook. Clear? So read it properly and understand the things in its seriousness. Okay, so today we discussed about the problem that faced by the government to unite the country. Unite the country. Basically, the first challenge: shape the territory of the country. Shape the territory of the country. Okay, and we discussed about what you can say. How many states basically joined with India, and what method used by the government, or I mean the government approach, and the consideration that used by the government to unite all other princely states to India except the four, and how the Junagadh joined with India, and the notes on Hyderabad. Okay, how Hyderabad joined with the Indian Union. Finally, how Manipur joined with the Indian Union. These are the basic things we discussed today. All these things are important. I will give you 4 questions, and you are able to find out the answer easily from the textbook. Okay. Any queries are there? Any questions? Any doubts? Okay, so here again. Next one, another topic for we people. We will simply start it. We will continue tomorrow. Okay, you can see reorganization of states. Clear. So now almost all the regions are joined within India, okay, with Indian Union, but there was a problem. Clear. There are different types of people, okay, cultural plurality, different types of people with a different culture and different language. Okay, definitely we know that that will create a problem, right, in our locality, right or not? Huh? So number of different people are coming and living in your region. All of a sudden, okay, what will happen there? It will create some trouble in your locality, right? Yes or no? Definitely. The same thing happened in India also. Clear? So almost all these regions are integrated. That create a dilemma in administration. Okay. So I say India is a vast country. India is a vast country, as we know. Okay. So administration is not that easy by a single government. Okay. So we want to divide the territories for the administrative purpose. So first of all, we give the importance for dividing the state on the basis of what? Language. Right. For that, a commission was set up. It is termed as the State Reorganization Commission. Okay, what is that? The State Reorganization Commission in the year 1953. 1953. Clear? Okay. Just observe that. State reorganization. Okay, a reorganization of states. The process of nation building did not come to an end with the partition and integration of the princely states. So the process of nation building is not completed with the partition and the integration of the princely states. Now the challenge was to draw the internal boundaries of the Indian states. We have to draw the internal boundaries of the Indian states. If you're observing the some of the developed countries map, almost all the territories are what you can say, right angles are there. Okay, square or a triangular shape we are able to find. But what about the Indian states? Huh? There is no clear symmetrical one, right? No such states are there with a perfect symmetry, right or not? Different shapes are there. Okay, that is because of this problem. I mean, the linguistic problem. This was not just a matter of administrative division. The boundaries had to be drawn in a way so that the linguistic and cultural plurality of the country could be reflected without affecting the unity of the nation. Clear? That's what our map is like that. That's what our division is looking like that. Clear? That's the reason why, or that is the reason behind. Okay, so thank you everyone. So just read it. The textbook is important. Complete the work. Tomorrow it is Sunday. Already you have some work on economics. I know that. The same time, accountancy, sorry, economic students are here. No one is. I mean, no one from commerce, right? All humanity students only. Okay, so these 2 homeworks are there. Just complete that, and we will meet in the next session. That's on Monday, I think so. The psychology class is there today? No, right?
No, sir.
No. Okay, guys. So 2 homeworks are there. Just complete that. We will meet in the next class. Thank you very much. Okay, bye.